Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about updates to Stormwind and Orgrimmar in patch 9.2.5 on the PTR. Pretty interesting stuff, and knowing the full context of the Dragonflight announcement, this is kind of cool. But before we jump into that, guys, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGem. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2 PTR, Dragonflight Alpha Beta, all that good stuff, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGem every single day. Right, so the patch 9.2.5 PTR is now in full swing. We've had a couple builds. We haven't had a build post-Dragonflight announcement. Obviously, you'd imagine now that they've announced the expansion, they're a little bit more open to adding little tidbits and stuff to the PTR. However, from the very first build of the PTR, we had some updates to Stormwind and Orgrimmar, which are a little bit of a mystery and a little bit weird, and honestly, still a little bit of a mystery and still a little bit weird. But in this video, we're going to take a look at them. We're going to talk about them. We're going to kind of speculate on what's going on, and I'd love to know what you guys think of this as well. So let's just dive into it by taking a look at Stormwind. We're kind of just going to run around here and talk about some of the changes and this quest. Yeah, they added a quest as well. A little quest line which is involved on the Horde side and the Alliance side. So, first and foremost, you might not notice any differences, but there is quite a few differences. Let's talk about it. So these string lights here are actually new in this area. They were not there before. These cooking guys over here in this area were actually over in this part. So they've been shifted back over there. And there was actually a candy vendor here with a little cart. And that has actually been moved to over here by the stockades, or the back end of the stockades. So now that Lisa has been moved to this area. So it looks like whatever they're building, as you can see this guy here who is new, is hammering in some pegs in the ground. And whatever they're building is going to be in this sort of area, as you'd imagine, right? Because they've moved this this cart right here and shifted these guys back. So whatever is coming is going to be here. There's also this brand new cart which has been spawned here next to the mailbox. This was not here before. Just, you know, a few more worker NPCs kind of hanging about, working as such. Some paintings, not of any fruit bowls. Some Murloc plushies, some alcohol, and kind of things that you take on a little trip to somewhere, or if you're building something a little bit interesting. I don't know what the relevance is of some of these things. I think it's just random game objects that they use to kind of fill out this kind of area, which is really cool. It is really nice to see some updates to Stormwind, of course. Now, for all you Night Elf fans, I do have some bad news. There were some Darnassus refugees sprouted around this area, and it looks like they have been relocated to who knows where. I couldn't find them, so unfortunately these refugees have been moved somewhere else. I don't know where, but yeah, they're no longer in this area. Maybe they're going to make a new area as like a mini Darnassus or something like that inside Stormwind. I'm not really sure, but the ones that were previous here are unfortunately relocated. Now, the major part that's been updated is this brand new kind of stables area. And you'll see in a minute that Orgrimmar has a very similar situation. We'll take a look at Orgrimmar right after this. I don't know if it's a new asset. I feel like it might be reused from potentially the garrison. Please do let me know down below if you've seen any of these assets before. I don't think they're brand new, as I said. I think they are reused and kind of put together as such. But as you can see, there is a brand new saddle on a log right there, and as you can see, this is definitely some sort of stables. You've got kind of a watering hole and some hay and a kind of like you know, a weird kind of veranda roof thing, which is kind of interesting. And of course the return of those string lights that you saw over there as well. So this is kind of the whole area that they're using. On the map, obviously, it's just by the stockades right there, which is really interesting. And this is actually added to the mini-map as well. You can see right there, they've added the wagon and, of course, the stable area to the mini-map. So this is definitely a permanent structure, at least for 9.2.5, at least. So let's talk about this quest. So this is the quest right here from Onessa. So essentially this quest is to just find some stolen goods. They mention merchandise as something that has been disappeared, and the quest is essentially to go and find the thief and sort him out and get the stuff from the thief who was in Stormwind Harbor. Pretty easy quest, pretty simple to do. No rewards other than 12 gold. But essentially, yeah, just find the thief in Stormwind Harbor and retrieve the goods and bring them back. After that is actually a lead-on quest. That quest involves just kind of going around the city and poking the workers to get back to work as they're taking an extended break. And that's pretty much it, and that's where the quest line ends. No kind of hints. The only real interesting hint, I guess, here is the word sea braid is used. It said these sea-brained sea braids are off on another adventure, and I'm stuck here shifting through their goods. So what could that mean? I don't know, right? Sea braids, obviously Sea Braid Stallion was the collector's edition for Coltyrus. Not really too sure what's going on there, but as I said, very, very interesting and very confusing, and I love stuff like this. I love little tidbits and extras to the world that don't really make any sense and eventually will make sense when we get the full context of it. So that's essentially everything going on in Stormwind with the updates, so let's take a look at Orgrimmar and see what updates have happened over there. Okay, welcome to Orgrimmar, and yeah, this is a little bit of a change here. As you can see, we're in the Valley of Strength. Just like Stormwind, this has been added to the mini-map as well, so this seems like a permanent fixture, at least for the time being. And as you'll know, this is where the guild stuff was. This is where all of the guild kind of vendors and things like that were located. They're now moved across the way. As you can see, they've got this whole new brand new area just here between these two buildings, and all of the vendors and things that you would have before have just been shifted just across. So this seems like the kind of area that they're going to be using for whatever this is. As you can see, the return of the stables. It has very similar game objects. As you can see, the saddle there now sitting on some Horde boxes, as opposed to some Alliance. You've got hay on the floor. You've actually got some meat. This was not featured in the Alliance version, and a bigger water trough. Yeah, you can see that again, and some kind of Horde bags of things and stuff and things. So yeah, some hay and kind of the standard stuff that we saw in the Stormwind version, just of course the Horde variant of that. So as you can see as well, the Horde have a wagon. A little wagon has been added for the Horde. They actually have some different things, though. They have some watermelons. They have some, I guess, like a pina colada, looks like, of some sort. A Zandalari torch of sorts. A kind of dino plushie as well, which is really interesting. The workers have returned, of course. And as you can see, there's another worker over here pinning something down very, very similar to the dwarf. As you can see, he's kind of hammering that peg into the ground. And, of course, there is a quest. A quest from Zaji. It's a very, very similar quest to the dwarfs. In fact, it is almost exactly the same. It doesn't mention sea braids or anything like that. It simply talks about someone stealing some things from them and having to get them back using an explosive pie, getting one of the shipments from them. And they're located over by the Flight Master in that sort of area there of Orgrimmar. And it's, again, straightforward quest, very easy. And that does lead on as well to a quest that sends you around Orgrimmar, waking up workers that are sleeping on the job. Unfortunately, could have been a really good opportunity to re-add some lazy peons, but unfortunately that was not the case on this one. But Blizzard, please add that. I think that'd be a cool little Easter egg there to add to this there. So yeah, that's kind of the updates to Stormwind and Orgrimmar. So let's talk about what this could mean. Why is this here? What is this for? So if you don't know, there wasn't actually kind of announced and said in an interview that we will be getting new harbors in Stormwind and Orgrimmar for Dragonflight to head over to the Dragon Isles. So there's a pretty high chance that that is involved in that. Now, a lot of this stuff does obviously normally come around the pre-patch, but it is really cool to see potentially something like that coming in a little bit earlier. Now, the worst case scenario, in my opinion, for all of this is just some like battle pet area, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Another theory that was thrown out on the stream, follow the stream by the way, was that this is a dragon area. You can start customizing or training your dragon in 9.2.5 potentially, or kind of building up to an area that you can use in 10.0 and beyond. That's a good theory. I do like that, and to be honest, it's not a million miles away from what it could be, but the only problem is that the dragon is not usable outside of the Dragon Isles, so it seems kind of unusual to add this kind of feature to Stormwind and Orgrimmar, especially considering we are getting a brand new city called Valdrakken in 10.0 in the Dragon Isles, so potentially not that. I mean, really, this video is just out there just to get your guys' thoughts and feelings and how you feel about this and what you think this potential new area is, because it is genuinely a mystery and a really exciting mystery at that. And the 9.2.5 doesn't have a ton of stuff going on right now, and this is one of the bigger ones. So guys, let me know down below what you think of this mystery of Stormwind and Orgrimmar and the updates and what is coming over, 10.0. Obviously, this will be created and finished by 10.0, whatever it may be. So looking forward to it, So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2.5, 10.0 Alpha Beta, Wrath of Lich King Beta, all of that good stuff, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.